So, Struggle Love, back at it again with advice, tips, hints from my personal experiences, what I've been learning through therapy and counseling, through life coaching, through other people, through self-help books and such. Is from, like I said, you got to learn how to match energy too, you know, because a lot of us people pleasers and people who come from toxic environments and childhoods and traumatic experiences where we weren't allowed to have boundaries at all. So that's why it's so hard for us to set up boundaries. And man, it's hard as hell, I'm not gonna lie, but you have to do the work. You have to heal. Because let's be honest, I personally, if I decide to adopt a child or have a child, I don't want them to have the same generational curses that I had to deal with as a child. So I'm doing my best to heal from generational toxic cycles and curses, because I don't want to carry that on to the next generation. You know, I just don't. I don't want to be a deadbeat parent like my parents. I don't want to be in and out of my child's life. You feel me? So I'm doing what I need to do now before I have a kid or before I adopt a kid to be a whole individual, so I can be emotionally available and stable for my potential child. Anyways, moving forward. So we have to really learn how to match energy, especially in the dating scene when it comes to the struggle of, you know, if a person is half-assing you, you need to half-ass them back, or you need to pull back and ignore that ass, because nobody has time for half-ass energy, especially when you're giving full energy to them, okay? If you've already told a person multiple times, really once should be enough for adults, but okay, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt 2 times. You know how they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. There ain't gonna be a 3rd time, right? So that's my approach. You know, you really should be able to tell them once and they should be able to comprehend and understand. But if you have to tell them again, okay, you can give them the benefit of the doubt. But after the 2nd time, fuck that shit. They keep doing it, fuck them and move on. Okay, and I'm just gonna say that, because nobody has time for that. You know, I mean, I've already, like the person that I deleted their phone number today, I've already told them twice, like, hey dude, your communication is shit. You know, this going days and weeks without communicating and then popping up like nothing happened and being like, I miss you, I don't appreciate that shit, and I've already told you twice. So there ain't gonna be a 3rd time. That ass has been deleted and I'm moving on. And I hope you see the video. I hope you see the video. I hope you do, because I'm done. I'm done. And another thing, and I'm gonna say this and people can disagree or agree or what have you, but you know what I learned from dealing with the person that I was dealing with and dealing with the person that I dealt with last year? Stop dating beneath you. Stop trying to talk to people that are not on your level altogether. Because, and this also happens again in toxic households, because not only were we not allowed to set healthy boundaries, but a lot of us dealt with ridicule and verbal abuse, mental abuse. You know, we were told how stupid and ugly we were and how unattractive we were and how we were never going to amount to anything, or you're going to be just like your whatever mother, father, parent. You're going to be a failure. So a lot of us had our self-esteem completely eroded from day one by toxic ass parents and guardians, especially in the black community, because I don't know what it is with black women, but black women love to disrespect people's self-esteem. And I mean, you will see women going in on their daughters, their sons, their children, their partners, their sisters, their brothers, their family, their friend. And I'm not saying that black men don't participate in this, because they do, and we see that shit every day. But I just noticed a lot of black mothers do this shit. A lot of black grandmothers and aunts and aunties do this shit, and we don't talk about it. And then when we do, it's, well, not all black women. Well, damn, if it isn't your black woman ass, then why are you even making a comment? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Jeez. Anyways, I'm so sick of the not all. Bitch, we understand it's not all. But for the black women that do participate, we're addressing your toxic ass. Anyways. And for the black men who do this, we're addressing your toxic ass. Okay. So, we don't have a self-esteem. So a lot of times we think, well, if I could just get anyone to see that you're trying to get other people to see you're worthy instead of seeing yourself as worthy already. Hence why you date beneath you. You date people that don't have shit to bring to the table. I mean, damn. You ever just sit back and look at the attributions that you're bringing to the table and then look at the person that you're trying to attract or talk to? And I mean, damn, somebody should have hit me in the head with a V8 because, yes, bitch, I needed a V8. I needed a complete V8. Like, I'm missing all of my damn nutrients. What the hell am I doing? And this is what I mean by we tend to do things in cycles. So I had a bad experience last year, and I have a bad experience this year. But the difference is I didn't let this experience crackle me like last year because I started seeing the red flags early on and was like, oh, exiting out of this shit. And I did just that. I exited out really back in August. I was like, yeah. So, and that's why I said, you start seeing the red flags and you start realizing red flags are hell no's. You're not trying to repeat the same cycle. And I have to also give thanks to my therapist, my psychiatrist, my psychologist, and my therapist. And then my also group therapy classes. Because, man, that shit has helped me a lot. Again, your mental health has to be a priority, guys, gals, people, folks. It's got to be a priority. But yeah, like, I'm sitting up here, I'm looking at the attributions that I bring to the table, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Like I said, I got a long way to go for healing. I know that. I recognize that. But you know what? I'm going to talk about some of my attributes. First of all, I'm loyal. I'm too loyal. I'm loyal to a fault, hence why I'm in therapy. Okay, you can blame my mom for that. Like, you can blame a deadbeat for a lot of things because a deadbeat will teach you loyalty. Because, see, they weren't loyal to you, but yet, you know how they say, that's your mama, that's your daddy. And that is, it's toxic as fuck to say that shit. But then on the flip side, I know I personally will always have love for my mom regardless of how she was as a parent, how she is as a parent. I'm gonna still be there for her, but I'm gonna be there for her with boundaries. You're not finna use me and abuse me and do me any old way like how you did when I was a child. See, you got away with that shit when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26. But now, please, I don't have time for it. And that's kind of how I look at relationships. Like, look, you've already shown me that through your actions that you ain't about shit. And also that you're full of shit and that you're a liar, because it doesn't really make sense to sit up and say you care about somebody and then turn around and treat them like shit. See, I'm catching on. So now when people show me who they are, I take them for who they are and I act accordingly. I change my behaviors. I match energy. So you don't got to worry about me hitting you up because your number has been deleted. And if you do choose to hit me up, I'm not responding. I'm good. I'm moving on. I'm doing me. I don't have time. In fact, I'll be like, it's been great or whatever, but I'm good. You have a good life and I'm moving on. And that's some advice for you too. Like, you don't have to be cold-hearted like them per se, but you don't have to be stupid and be sitting up being played like a damn game of Tekken, okay?